What's up, goblins, and welcome back to Cosmoteer. Today, in the first episode of my new project for Cosmoteer here, the Dream Ship episode. So, what is Dream Ship, you ask yourself now, of course. In Dream Ships, you, as a part of my community, can send me either a blueprint that you want to have improved, or a completely new idea into a certain thread on my Discord channel. I will then go into this thread regularly, into my Discord channel, and start to design these dream ships for you, and will then present those dream ships like today in a YouTube episode where I will talk about the builds I've made for you, or the improvements I've made to your blueprints, and I will also then conduct some few experiments and some few battle tests with you. So how does this work? First, you go into my Discord server. Secondly, you then take your blueprints and throw them inside this certain folder. And the next thing you have to do is only to wait until I pick your idea, start to design, present this on YouTube, and I will then also upload every single design I've made into another folder also on my Discord server. So if you're interested in participating in this in a future episode, please check out the link to my Discord server in the description. You will also find a more detailed description about what to do to participate for this on my Discord server. And the first two ships you can already see here that I've got sent. This is not the revised version, by the way. This is the raw blueprint, of course. Came from Cress today. So Cress was writing me. I'm doing a run where I'm trying to only use two ships for combat. One for offense and one for defense. I recently upgraded my defense ship and I'm happy with how it works. The defense ship is on the left side, by the way, and since he is already happy with how it worked, I did not touch it at all. But I am now trying to upgrade my offense ship to a similar crew amount, 150 or less, on the right side. You can see this here. I have already added the weapons I want, but now I need to get it ready to fight. I'm hoping to have it shaped like a sword and capable of at least 80 meters per second of speed. Crew size must be under 150. Feel free to make it as expensive as you'd like otherwise. Given that the purpose of this run is using two ships that depend on each other, I'd like if they are tested as a pair rather than individually. And of course, all your dreams will become true. Cress, are you ready to see your perfectly revised version? Bam! There we go, the Mountain Splitter, shaped like a sword and equipped with two long overclocked railguns. This thing can pack a serious punch. We all know how strong overclocked railguns are from my last video already. And on top of that, we also have the 4 thermal canister missiles and 4 more EMP missiles here, or to juice up this build even further. And you can already see I've changed a lot here. So what are the major changes I did to your ship? Firstly, I've added some armor and some shields to protect the front even better. Also, one very noticeable thing here, I've added alternating sections of overclocked small thrusters and point defense systems to both increase my turning speed and also your defensive capabilities, especially against missiles, because this ship, as you can see, is a very long-ranged ship. So every single weapon has a range of more than 450 meters. That's why only also other long-range weapons like railguns or other missiles can be dangerous against us, and that's why we need all these point defense systems to defend against incoming missiles. And because we also have these very long-ranged weapons equipped, I've also decided to give this ship an overclocked sensor array. So the overclocked sensor array is pretty crazy. Look at this. The overclocked sensor array gives you a visual range of 1,200 meters, 400 meters more than the normal sensor array. This is certainly enough for every weapon on this ship to see and shoot the enemy. Yes, and as you wished, I've also increased the thruster speed here to about 85.5 meters per second. You can also clearly see the focus in all section in this ship lies on weapon efficiency and also in mobility. So we don't really have lots of shields to protect our rear. We only have some armor parts up here and then some small shield generators to protect our thrusters and the top, and that's it. So this ship heavily relies on its mobility. You can also see this in the flight behavior now. And you can see because of my small thrusters I have added to the side, we have very high turning speed. So this makes this ship the perfect support flanker in addition to your already existing defense ship. Okay, before we hop now into our first fight test, I now want to show you the general stats of this ship. So as you can see, we have a hyperdrive efficiency of 57%, 150 crew as demanded, and we also have a lot of heat generation and heat dissipation to fuel our missile launchers here. On top of that, I also added some new roles for your crew here, the storage supply role and the ship and the shield role. And I've also revised some of your already existing roles because they didn't want to do what I told them to. I've also added some crew management here and of course also storage and energy management. Alright, now that we've talked about this ship in detail, it's now finally time to conduct our practice tests. And I will start with a very interesting one, a fight against multiple enemies in asteroid field. I see you there. Okay, I've now loaded into my asteroid test environment, and as you can see, we have to face a classic renegade bounty pact here. So we have 10 small enemies from the size of 150k to 300k in value. And now we have to deal with these 10 enemies here, greatly put at a disadvantage. We are outnumbered, and also we have to find a way through all these asteroids here to not get stuck somewhere with our big ships. And one more thing about the setup, I will only command the mountain splitter actively. This is the only one I want to command here actively. Everything else is set to normal AI, including our defense ship here. So I hope the AI will do a, a good amount of work here for us. And our only chance here of surviving is because these enemies are very fast and they will immediately start to rush at us. Our only chance to survive is to fly backwards and try to evade every enemy while sniping enemies that try to surround our defense ship. This will be our main tactic here. And I'd say we start here now on half speed. Okay, what do we have? Everything that gets close to us will get shot down. I think this is the first ship that comes close to us, right? Okay, the ray guns are loading, but I think we will miss. Yep, we missed. But at least we can disable a chunk of his things here. Ooh, do you see the impact of this? The impact already is enough to throw this ship backwards. And we can already see we will soon meet the end of this track here. Okay, next ship. First one's down. There's no weapon left, so I don't want to focus on that anymore. Yes, next snipe. Let's go. I can't even show you the thermal canister missiles. They don't even have enough range here. Oh, and our defense ship is already in big trouble here. Trouble big times. But it actually managed to take down 1 or 2 ships here, it seems. That's great. Okay, mountain splitter. No, show me your mobility. Show me what you got here. Max speed, 85.5 meters per second. Let's go. You now fly a little bit further to this enemy here and try to snipe his core, please. Ooh, no. Our defense ship is close to getting cored here as well. From the side flanks. Ah, my voice. Okay. Now, mountain splitter. It's time to show your might. Oops. Okay, next ship. Next ship. Who's next? Alright, the Jabba. The Jabba's next. He doesn't see what is coming yet, but yeah, perfect EMP. Completely disabled him there. The shot was so powerful that they even pierced his shields from the ship behind that one. Not too shabby. Okay, give me this one. Give me my next ray gun shot. Yeah. Oh, nice. Really one hit here. That's the thing about these small ships here. This one is coming closer though. Oh, the other ones as well. It seems they defeated the defense ship. I think we have to apply an angle here to not hit this Megaroid. Or actually, it seems fine. Alright. Ooh, I've barely hit the side. Okay. Let's try to focus in a little bit more again. Yes, now that went straight through the ray gun. The only thing left now is the Jabba. No, I was wrong. There's the one cleansing whisper over here. I think everything else is already cored out. Okay, this ship is still moving, but only because the the cockpit still has energy. There's no weapon, no core left. So in theory, in the campaign, this ship would already be completely disabled. Same goes for the howitzer. So actually, the howitzer still has both the core and the cockpit. Ah, interesting. Okay, now, super high turn. Oh yeah, the Jabba is stuck. Perfect. Now go for his course. Go for the course and disable him. Yes. And boom. Straight through the first core. Nice. Now speed is up. And that was the second core. Now let's take care. I just say this howitzer is defeated. This counts as defeated. And now let's go for the cleansing whisper. Oh, there's still someone shooting EMs at me, but I don't care. I have enough point defense systems to deal with everything they throw at me here. There we go. This was the first test. I think that's a great success. Let's see at our damage. We did get barely any damage at all. That's the great thing about this ship. We can always stay at very, very long range and snipe all incoming enemies. So the next test I want to conduct here is a test against one very large single entity. Let's go. Okay, now this time I've let all these asteroids beside. This is just an empty field and it's now time to enter the arena against a very strong opponent. The Master of None with a value of roughly 4 million credits. This thing is a total beast and you can already see we have all kinds of weapons here. We have ions, we have ray guns, we have deck cannons, missiles, everything is combined in this ship here. So this is the perfect sparring partner for us. And I'd say we get ourselves into position here. Let's go. All right, everything is ready now. One more thing before we start here. I've set, of course, the defense ship again to AI to completely focus on the mountain splitter. I hope that's fine. And I'd say let's start this match here. Let's go. I'm super excited about about what this ship is going to do against this monster here. I will now try to flank the Master of None. Okay, let's go. Maybe we can catch his side here. Ooh. Okay, they're already fighting here. Now, turn around, and snipe him from the side. Alright, our ray guns are shooting. Nice. I want to focus on this section more below here. That's why I want to turn my ship a little bit. Yes, perfect. Oh yeah, one ray gun. Yeah, one ray gun gone, one ray gun down. Yes, core him. Okay, it's time to move our ship a little bit again. Ooh, perfect. Now let's have a look on the interior here. So I think I've managed to give this ray gun an uptime of around 99%. You will see this shooting almost all the time, and there's already some missiles coming in here. Ow. Okay, let's retreat. Retreat a little bit. Oi. Our point defense system cannot deal with this mass of incoming missiles, but we can at least outrange him. can clearly outrange him. Nice, and that's the Master of None. I think this counts as defeated, even though he's still shooting, but in a real fight in your campaign, this would be definitely defeated. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Okay, you can stop to shoot now, please. What's the damage? What's the damage? So, we did lose some of our thrusters, that's unfortunate, but I think for an enemy with the value of 4 million, that's not a problem. I'd say this is also a successful test. Okay, that's it about the Mountain Splitter. I think I've showed you everything in terms of fighting capabilities I wanted to. Let's hop over to our second ship, and that one is really a curiosity. Let's go there. The second ship for today I want to present you is the Hexapus, and this idea comes from V. So I had to build this from scratch. There was no blueprint, but the idea was the following. Hi Gobbo, I had this idea for a ship and thought you might enjoy it, since I have no clue how to actually build it. That's completely fine, that's what I am for. The concept is an octopus with flexible legs that move as the ship moves. I was imagining they can bend and move freely, but it's definitely too complicated for me to figure out a proper blueprint. Can you help me here out? Of course I can! Yes, this is my answer to your question. The Hexapus. The Hexapus is very, very special here. So this is the exact opposite of the ship we had in the first place. This is a very, very slow but yet extremely tanky ship with a lot of armor, relying on its defensive capabilities rather than speed and mobility this time. And now is the question, okay Gobbo, but this is a game where almost everything is static, so how on earth do you make freely movable parts? And there are two major things you can do to achieve that. The first method is the megaship method, the lock-on method. If you don't know anything about megaships, don't worry, I have an entire guide about this on my channel. This is one way how you can produce movable parts. The second part is with explosive charges. Yes, and that's what I made over here. So as you can see, I've inserted explosive charges, 2 per arm here, 2 per leg. And now what happens if I let them explode? They completely disconnect my legs from the ship itself. And now if I move around, look at this. Ooh, magic! I have moving legs. Yes, look at this. Nice. And of course, I also wanted to give you not only this funny mechanic, but also a good ship on hand. So let's have a look what we have here. So this ship is able to fly around roughly 42 meters per second, so pretty slow. But it comes in with a lot of armor and shields as defense. And on the offense side, we have 4 deck cannons here. They are not overclocked, and also 4 not overclocked iron beams, which then will be conducted into this one iron beam prison into one singular, very powerful beam here. Okay, let's have a look on the interior here. So, the current value of this ship is pretty low, only 1 million. It's a relatively small ship, and it comes in with 172 crew, so even more crew than the last ship, because especially the deck cannons are very crew hungry if you want to maintain them throughout a fight all the time. That's why you need so much crew. And I've already had a special idea for my legs. So to increase my defense a little bit more, I've also inserted a cockpit and a small reactor inside this one leg part here. So even if this leg part then is disconnected, I can still maintain my point defense systems here. Very funny. These point defense systems then can help me to intercept incoming projectiles or missiles. All right, I hope you like what you see here. I'd say we go back to our asteroid field now. I see you there. All right, we are now back in the asteroid field, and as you can see, I've already set up everything here for you. So this time we have less enemies, of course, to make it fair. We have only 5 enemies of around 200,000 value from different factions. And I hope that my Hexapus is able to tank this. So let's go over here. My biggest concern is that we are getting flanked here pretty soon. Let's go to half speed. Okay. Because we can tank a lot from the side or from up front. But not so much from the side, from behind actually. Ooh, there are already some nukes coming in here. What are my point defense systems doing? Yeah, we're getting flanked big times. One good thing is that our arms can block a lot of damage here for us. Hopefully. Could you please? Yeah, go through this core here. Then through this core here, maybe. Oops, we firstly have to deal with all this debris. There's more nukes coming in from behind. Ooh. Yeah, this ship is meant for taking damage from up front, not from multiple enemies from behind. But actually, our arms are doing a better job than I expected in defending here for us. At least a little bit. Go lasers, go lasers. We've already lost one deck cannon, I see now. Aye. And there we've lost a big chunk of our... Yes, and we've got immobilized. Aye. We've lost our command room. That's, of course, a problem here. Okay, so I'd say the Hexapus is very good if it comes to small enemies from up front. But if they start to flank you, it's just completely over. You can see this over here. Let's go to our single target test, which I hope will be a lot more successful. Alright, I've now loaded into this asteroid field here again, and now it's time to test this ship against a single target. So we have a ship, the Eviscerator Reborn here, also set on normal AI, of course, with around 950,000 values, so pretty similar to our 1 million we have with our Hexapus here. Let's try this out. Okay, Hexapus, show me your moving legs. I love this mechanic. I already love this ship here. I have to admit, it's not the most effective when it comes to a fight, but I love this fun mechanic. This was such a nice idea for me. Ooh, yeah, that's why I also chose this enemy here, by the way, because we have an orbiter here, and of course, because we are so we are so heavy, we do have problems keeping up with this turning speed here. Maybe I can move around even more. Ooh. Yes, good thing is, the more armor we lose, the lighter we are, which means we can turn around more efficiently. We almost have enough range to, yes, hit with our laser. Perfect. And can you please... Ah, nice. And now we got him. Alright, we've already suffered a considerable amount of damage, but since we fight against literally our natural enemy, I think this is still very successful. So yeah, I think this counts as a success. This is it. That was the first Dreamship episode. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. From now on, these designs will also be available on my Discord server. So if you're looking for these designs to download them, or if you want to participate in a future episode, please consider coming to my Discord server. Link in the description. And also very big thank you for V and Crest that you took part in this first episode. Thank you so much for your ideas, and I see you next time. Bye-bye.